The Hare and the Hedgehog. When I was very young, my grandfather used to tell me this story. It isn't true, it's all lies, I would say every time. And he would always reply, but if it's not true, no one would tell it to you. This is the story he told me. It was a fine, sunny morning. Hedgehog was very happy. He hummed as he stood at his door. Mrs. Hedgehog was getting his breakfast, and he could smell the cooking. "Is breakfast ready yet?" he called out to his wife. "Give me another 10 minutes," she called back. "You know you like it crispy." So Hedgehog decided to go for a walk. He strolled along, watching the bees buzzing around the flowers. "I know. I'll go and see how my turnips are doing," he said to himself, and he walked over to the patch. The turnips grew in the corner of a big field. The farmer owned the field, but he didn't mind the hedgehogs having some of the fine turnips that grew there. So Hedgehog always said it was his turnip patch. Halfway across the field, Hedgehog met Hare, who was looking at the cabbages. They too belonged to the farmer, but Hare liked to eat them, and he boasted that they were his cabbages. "Good morning, Hare," said Hedgehog as he passed. But Hare, who imagined himself a very fine fellow, did not bother to reply. He looked at the hedgehog up and down and up and down, and then he scornfully said, "I wonder how you get up so early with your short legs." This made Hedgehog cross, because he hated anyone to talk about his little legs. "What's wrong with my legs?" he asked. "They're very good legs." "Good legs, huh?" laughed the hare. "Just look at them, all short and fat and he pointed, crooked. And he shook with laughter as he said these mean things. "So you think my legs are crooked, do you?" snapped the hedgehog in rage. "I can walk as well as you can. I can even run with them, faster than you. So there." And he drew himself up and frowned at the hare, who was still shaking with mirth. "Oh, that's good," said Hare. "You say you can run with those legs. That's something I'd like to see. Run with those legs, those crooked, bent legs." And he went on laughing and pointing at the little hedgehog. "If you care to have a race, I'll win," said Hedgehog. "Well, what do you say?" "A race?" scoffed Hare. "But it would be no contest. You can't run at all." "What do you want for the prize, then?" asked the hedgehog, ignoring his rudeness. "How about a gold coin, and the loser to give a party for all the other animals?" "Oh, but it's too silly. It's too silly. But all right, let's race," said the hare. "If that's what you want, I don't mind having a gold coin any day. And you had better start getting ready for the party, for I will win." "Don't be too sure," said the hedgehog. When shall we race? How about tomorrow?" "Any day's fine with me. Tomorrow will do as well as any other," said the hare. "About 10. "Agreed," said the hedgehog, and he hurried home as fast as his legs could carry him. All the way home Hedgehog made his plans. He would outwit that horrid hare. "Wife, wife," he called as he ran up the path. "Come quickly." "Whatever's the matter?" she asked, drying her paws on her apron. "Breakfast is all ready." "No time for that," he said briskly. "We have plans to make. I have just told Hare I can beat him in a race tomorrow, and the prize is a gold coin and a party for all the other animals." "You said what?" exclaimed his wife. She could not believe he was so silly. "Just listen," he said. "I told you I need your help for my plan." So forgetting all about his breakfast, Hedgehog took his wife and showed her the field where they would race. "See here," he said. "Hare will run in one furrow, and I will run in another." He will start at the top and finish by the big tree. But the secret is this. We'll dress alike, you and I, and we will wait at the end. You down that side and I by the other. So when Hare is coming, you can jump out and run over the line. So you will win the race. Oh, what a good idea, she said. Now come and have your meal. Next day, the sun shone and all the animals gathered to watch the race. They were all talking and wondering how the hedgehog would beat the hare. They all hoped he would, but either way, they would have a party, and it was very exciting. Hare was stretching his legs, jumping up and down. He was full of bounds. "Where's the hedgehog, then?" he called. "Chickened out, hasn't he? No wonder." "I'm here and I'm ready," said Hedgehog, quietly from the furrow. Fox was the starter, and both animals stood in line at the top of the field. As soon as the fox shouted, "Go!" Hare bounced away and was soon out of sight. Hedgehog ran a few steps, then hid in the furrow and waited. Hare ran on, his long ears flapping in the wind. He was doing so well, but as soon as he came clearly, nearly, very nearly to the end, he heard a voice say, "I've won! I'm here!" All the animals clapped their paws and cheered. He could not believe it, but there, at the end, was the hedgehog, smiling and so pleased with himself. Hedgehog beaten Hare? No, there must be a mistake. The hedgehog had not passed him. Panting, Hare cried, "Let's do it again from this end." "All right," said Hedgehog, and once more the fox started them off. This time, Hare ran so fast his feet scarcely touched the ground. But once again he heard Hedgehog say, "I'm here, I've won." And there he was, at the finish. So all morning they ran their race backwards and forwards until the hare was gasping for breath. The little hedgehog was fresh and cool. How did he do it? "All right," gasped Hare. "You win. I can't run any more. Here's a coin, and as soon as I can breathe, I'll get the party ready." So all the animals cheered and patted the little hedgehog on the head and said he was a fine fellow, and the party was the best they had ever had. Sitting by the fire at night, Hare often wonders how he was beaten, but Hedgehog will never tell him. He had the gold coin framed and put over his fireplace for all to see. The end.